What is up, y'all? It's your girl, Brand New, and I'm back in the building. And this time for a recap of Real Housewives of Potomac. This is season 2, episode 4, and let's get off into it. First, we have Giselle. She is steady trying to reach out to Karen, honey, because she knows she done made a big fool out of herself. So she's just trying to text message Karen. Karen won't take her calls. And it's just like, Giselle, you fucked up. You shouldn't have had on that stupid ass t-shirt. I just feel like it's always in poor taste, you guys, to make fun of somebody when they're having financial issues, which is something that is very common. A lot of people suffer from financial issues. So yeah, Giselle, you was fucked up for that. Okay, y'all. So next we have Candace, the new girl, and her mother. I guess she's still in town for her visit. That mother, you guys, I couldn't do that bitch. That bitch is too overwhelming and too overbearing. Anyways, Candace goes on and on about how her mother has like her own floor when she visits and she owns the house with Candace. That's too much. Candace, why you don't own your own house? Like, and it's a good accomplishment, but I feel like when you have an overbearing and controlling mother, Candace, you need to be in charge of your house. Your house needs to be owned by you, or this bitch is gonna keep popping up saying what she wants. Anyways, Chris, her fiance, is making breakfast. And he's like a real chef, and the mother is all happy about getting breakfast from him. Anyway, she goes share with them at the breakfast table. Oh, well, I think I should walk you down the aisle. And, I heard of somebody doing that. And Candace is just like, no, I don't think that that's a good idea. And, she began speaking about, her own independence and, how controlling her mother is, and her mother really doesn't let her have her own opinion about things. And to me, that's a problem. It's very unhealthy and abusive to have a mother that does not accept you for being in your 30s. It's just very disrespectful. And you guys, we live in a world where people think that this shit is cool. It's cool for your mother to act like that. Well, you got a black parent, to keep you in line and this, that, and the third. And I get that, I get being a black parent, but you ain't got to be so damn overbearing and controlling. So that mother, you guys, I'm not feeling that bitch at all. Okay, while we on Candace, let's once again mention, her and her sister and her mother, they have this hair company together. That's another thing. Why? I guess the mother put down the initial investment on that. Why is she's too much a part of your life, Candace, and you sitting up here, you see how the bitch is, but because she's your mother, you're letting that blind you. Get that bitch off that hair company. I don't care how much she put up. Let her know you want to fully take charge, because I guess she be trying to act controlling with that. Like, you gonna have to take your power back, sis. That's all. That's the only way you're going to get out of this. But yeah, Candace was saying her hair company is doing good, and she's really happy with that. Okay, next, you guys, we have Monique. Okay, so it's the next morning from Chris's birthday party, and they're all up cooking, having breakfast. All the friends and family is in the kitchen. Monique is telling everybody about how she invited Robin, and Robin accused her of paying somebody to write on her fan page and make up these memes, and Monique is denying it. Monique, if you didn't do it, then I don't really see what the big deal is. If you sitting up here saying you didn't hire anybody, it's not a big deal. I do feel like you were wrong. And you were wrong to laugh at this girl, and to think she wouldn't have a problem with the meme. Yes, it's a meme. Yes, it's stupid. I personally wouldn't get all upset, but I feel like you admitted that you have said things about Robin, and you just apologized for them. So I don't feel like it was cool for you to like the meme and it was something negative towards Robin, because when you do that, you're taking your apology back. So it's like, why the fuck you don't understand that? So Robin, they show her, she's with Giselle, telling Giselle everything that happened with Monique. And just like I said, Robin was just like, this girl sat up here and apologized to me and Juan profusely about the things that she said about me. And I'm looking like, well, why is she apologizing to Juan? But whatever she said about them, she's apologized for it. And then you do this mean. So yeah, me and Robin are on the same page with that. Because Robin is just like, if you really was sorry, you wouldn't have liked something that was negative about me. So, and I agree. Next, Robin tells Giselle why her and Ashley got into it and how Ashley is always in her business saying negative things. They play back the clip of Ashley pretty much telling Robin that she shouldn't stay with Juan just for the kids and she's ruining her life by staying with Juan, that type of thing. And Giselle was like, damn, all hell really broke loose when I went out of town. I'm going to have to get you ladies back on the right path. So next we have Giselle. She pretty much meets up with her ghostwriter because she had been getting some offers in the past about writing a story loosely based off of her life of being a preacher's wife and getting cheated on. She said she didn't come out with the book back then because she was too hurt and embarrassed and depressed about what her ex-husband was doing. But now she feels like, hell, I might as well, go ahead and tell my story and tell what happened and make it entertaining. And then the lady pretty much just encouraged her to talk to her friends about it, kind of really get the conversation going about the book. And that's pretty much what they talked about. So Giselle will be coming out with her own book, and I'm happy for her. I would be interested in reading a book like that. Look like it's going to have a lot of shade and a lot of tea in it, honey. Okay, so next we have Ashley, and she's at therapy, and she's pretty much telling the therapist the dynamic with her mother, how when she was in kindergarten, she was living with her grandparents, and her mother ended up picking her up from school, and her mother said, oh, well, I got to get you back home because dinner is about to get started. And then Ashley is just like, well, Mom, why can't I just stay with you? And the mother says you can't. And turns out she had moved in with her new boyfriend. And you could really tell that Ashley is really traumatized by that. She's still kind of a little girl, where her feelings are hurt over that. And it definitely explains the dynamic of her mother being in a relationship with somebody now and Ashley not liking the person and Ashley not thinking that the person is good enough. It looks like from what Ashley is saying is that her mother chooses really bad men. I guess she works at this nursing home. She done had a baby with the man and been with the man for over 15 years, but yet, her mother is not making enough to support all of them. And I'm looking like, damn, this man, he needs to help the mother, He needs to get off his broke ass and help the mother out, to better the situation. But you can really tell that Ashley is really hurt over what has happened in the past. And she's being told by Michael to cut her mom off. And she really doesn't want to do that. She really loves her mom. And it was just really sad for me to see Ashley hurting like this over her mother, because you could tell that there's a part of Ashley that's just like, I'm sick of this shit with my mother and her boyfriend, but then this is my mom. I really love her. I don't want to just abandon her. That's not what I want to do. Another thing that happened in the therapy session that I thought was pretty interesting with Ashley is that Ashley kind of made it seem like Michael wouldn't want to be with her if she wasn't able to do so much for him. And it's the same thing with her mother, because she had mentioned that her mother is always there for her, when she's having the separation and her issues with Michael, but she feels bad that, she may have to abandon her mom, because she feels like her mom may be taking advantage of her and taking her kindness for weakness by staying with this nothing ass man. And the therapist was like, wow, so you feel selfish when you're not able to give to people. You don't feel good unless you are the person that's giving. You don't know how to receive. And I felt like that was very interesting. I like how Ashley is willing to delve, into her feelings and express her feelings and really try to get to a better place with her mother and really get on her grown woman. Because I always kind of felt like Ashley was kind of childish, but it looks like Ashley is really taking the necessary steps to heal and to pay attention to how she acts in all of her relationships. And the therapist was just letting her know, like, Michael is not with you for what you could do for him. He's with you because of the person that you are, and you need to know that. So I felt like that was pretty interesting. So next we got Karen and Giselle, and basically it's just Giselle kissing Karen's ass now, saying how sorry she is and how she misses her friend. And Karen is like, oh, Giselle, are you really sorry? Are you really sorry? Was you really sorry for what you did? And I feel like Giselle feels bad, but I don't know. She don't feel bad enough, because I feel like if you was a real friend, I'll say this. I don't think she feels bad. I feel like she regrets what she did and she was trying to make light of the situation. But Giselle, that's the wrong way to go. That's not how you treat a friend when they're down. And when you guys already know, when we go through things, financial problems and just any kind of problems in life that are painful, pay attention to your squad and how people is acting. And we all tend to do that. So I think that Karen pretty much looks at Giselle like, I don't really trust you. I really see you for who you are. When I'm having a bad moment, shit, you sitting up here laughing and thinking the shit is a joke. And it's not funny to laugh at somebody else's pain or misery that they're going through. And so Giselle pretty much, she acts like she receives that, honey. She just says she apologizes for how she was acting. Karen gets with the waiter and lets him know that everything is on Giselle. Giselle really needs to, pay for her meal. She wants to order the most expensive shit on the menu to get back at Giselle. And Giselle was just like, do what you need to do, Karen. I'm going to let you have that. Oh, next, Giselle tells Karen about her book that's coming out about her being the first lady and all the shit that went on in the church. And then Giselle invites Karen to some garden party she's going to have for the girls to get everybody talking again and being cool, because y'all know that Ashley done got into it with Robin, Monique done got into it with Robin, so Giselle want to have this little party to get their little circle back together. Next we have Monique and Chris, and pretty much we learned that Monique has had a miscarriage and she's still in pain over it. She still hasn't processed it. Chris says that, Monique has just kept busy. That's how she's dealt with it. And she pretty much sat down with her pastor and they was just letting her know that she really needs to feel those feelings. She really needs to properly heal this situation. And Monique pretty much agrees to, really grieve the situation. She says she's been so busy with moving and doing stuff with the kids, and I feel bad for you, Monique, that you've had a miscarriage, but bitch, you just need to hire somebody to help with these kids. I'm sick of your motherfucking ass complaining about it, and you need to move forward. You know what I'm saying? I get really sick of her and, well, I gotta do this and bitch, you got the money to pay people to help you do what you need to do. So I ain't trying to hear it. Next, we have the little garden party that Giselle done put together, and I see that motherfucking Charisse is there. I'm like, what is this fake ass bitch doing here? But she's a friend to the show, so I accept that. At least she ain't hold no motherfucking peach or whatever the fuck they got for this show. At least she ain't doing that. At least she ain't a regular scheduled member, honey. We only got to deal with her ever so often. Anyways, her and Karen are looking at each other funny. And they shoot back to a clip where Sharice was being shady, calling Karen's husband the broke black Bill Gates. That kind of pissed me off all over again, because it's just like, Sharice, you're with your husband for the amount of money that he has. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you getting a divorce now, but bitch, you wasn't really trying to leave that money. I think you even left the show so you can make sure you get even more money, so... Y'all, that fucking Sharice is full of shit. You got Monique and Ashley, they outside, and Monique sitting up here talking about, I just want to be nice today. I don't want to get into it with anybody. I want everything to go good. So they pretty much get the little garden party set up by Giselle telling all the ladies that she's writing a book. It's going to be loosely based off of her life, and she begins to read an excerpt from the book. Monique shades her in her confessional, talking about she got a ghostwriter. Hell, she needs a ghost reader because she needs help when she reads. I was like, ooh, Monique, you's a shady bitch. So next, Giselle gets on Robin and Ashley about, their little confrontation and how it was really bad, how they got, into it the way that they did. And now I'm understanding even more of Ashley's position on this. Ashley, when she looks at Robin, she sees her mother. And that's why she speaks out. Because I think she feels like she's helping Robin. And I will say this, it was funny and it was very true what Ashley said to Robin. But at the same time, Ashley, it's not your business how Robin lives her life. If she wants to be with this man that you feel ain't no good, then at the end of the day, that's all on Robin. So she just pretty much told Robin that she was sorry, and Robin ended up going into it. Well, I told you why I was with him. It was for financial reasons. And it's just like, Robin, you don't even need to explain why you are with Juan. They're never going to understand it. Only your stupid asses go understand it. And that's that. So, Robin lets Ashley know, I don't want to hear shit else about your opinion of me and my motherfucking family. What did I ever do to you? What? And it's just like, damn, she has some rage, honey. Woo, that motherfucking Robin was turning red, honey, when she was getting Ashley together. But yeah, they pretty much, you guys, patch things up. Ashley agrees to mind her own motherfucking business. Sharice ends up getting off into the conversation like, listen, when it comes to Robin, you just have to let her do what she's gonna do. You can't have all these opinions about how somebody should live their life. They gotta live their life. So that's pretty much how that went. Giselle addressed Monique and the Robin situation, and Robin was just like, Monique, I felt like you got all in your feelings just because I accused you of paying somebody to write your blog and creating your fan page. And Monique was just like, it's not just that, Robin, it's the simple fact that you always talk shit about how I spend my money. They had played some clips back where Robin had commented on Monique bringing her assistant to a workout class. And Robin has said, well, who does that? Why do you need that? And then they shot to another clip of Monique bragging about how she go spend her money. And Robin had mentioned, wow, that must be nice. That must be nice. And Monique was just like, see, you make all these comments, but yet you don't want me to come at you, but I feel like you coming at me for how I spend my money. First off, Monique, it's not your money, bitch. It's your husband's money. You're spending Chris's money. Let's be clear, bitch. Because I really don't feel like you would do all that bragging if it was all just your money. But anyways, to make a long story short, you guys, they patched things up and now everything is good with them. They all decide to stop being so shady towards each other, which I feel ain't gonna ever happen. That's the nature of the fucking show, to be shady with each other. But they all agree to try to be more respectful and kind to one another so they can all get back to having fun. Next, we have the scene with Ashley and her mom, and I guess Ashley's mom stops by the house, and they end up talking about how the mother has been a problem in Ashley's marriage and how Michael has been telling Ashley to cut her off financially. And Ashley says that, I will never do that to you, Mom. I will always try to have your back, but don't you feel like you need to get rid of your boyfriend? And I just thought it was fucked up when Ashley mentioned that the motherfucker was living in a tent when the mother met him. It's just like, Mama, why are we choosing men that live in tents? Like, damn, I know you can get somebody that don't live in a fucking tent. They got their own place. But I think the mother suffers from low self-esteem. Ashley even mentions it. She lets her know, ever since you got with this man, Mom, you're just not that woman no more. You're not confident anymore. I could tell by all the decisions that you make. And at first I really was getting the feeling that Ashley's mother was full of shit. She's no good. And yeah, it's still some of that. But I do feel she loves her daughter. I do feel like her and Ashley really love each other because they hugged, held each other really tightly and embraced. And, you could tell that the love is there. And Ashley is sad that this man is coming in between her and her mother. But she just tells her mom, she just lets her know, you need to go back to school, get another job. You need to do something. And her mother was, well, no, it takes time. And she's just like, well, how much time does it take, Mom? Like, are you telling me you're never going to leave him? And then the mother just kept saying, well, I got to work on it. Ashley ends up meeting Michael in the middle. Michael really just wants Ashley to cut her mom off financially and just period. But Ashley said she can't do that. So she drew up some papers, and it's pretty much, she hands it to her mother and says, listen, I need you to keep track of your household bills, of how much everything costs. Keep track of everything. I'm setting things up right now. That way you can be financially independent of me. At first the mother is hesitant, but she pretty much agrees to it. And then when she's leaving Ashley's house, she ends up saying something like, oh, I don't like doing stuff like this. And I'm looking like, you don't like what happened with your daughter, or you don't really want to take financial control over your life. And then Ashley mentioned that the mother has a baby by this nothing ass motherfucker. I'm just like, oh no, this situation is going to shit. But I don't feel like Ashley will ever abandon her mother. And I'm not even going to say that she should, because it seems like they do love each other. But at the same time, Ashley, you go have to have some boundaries with your mother. You go have to, she gonna have to fall on her own. She is. You could still love her from a distance. You know what I'm saying? But you can't keep trying to take up for her. You can't keep trying to protect her. She's a grown woman. You know what I'm saying? She has to make her own choices. Whether she gets rid of this man or not, you can't control that. But you can control your pocket and what you give her and what you don't give her. So you just need to give her some tough love and some space. But I really felt for Ashley on this episode. You could really tell that this situation with her mother is emotionally draining, and it's breaking her down and making her confused. And, it's just a really tough spot for anybody to be in. Okay, you guys, that is my recap of Real Housewives of Potomac. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It is your girl Brand New, and I am out.